Metro.
Yo, yo, yo. Sorry for the delay. I'm sorting out my mic. Can you guys hear me? 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. I think the audio's working right now. It's your host. It's your boy. It's Rapstar Boxing. The one and only Rapstar Boxing. All the way from the other side of the pond. Respect to you guys. But look, we got a fight. The fight is on. £154, they say it is. Errol the True Spence Jr. versus Keith one-time Thurman. That's it. The fight that was meant to happen some years ago. This was a fight that everybody was talking about for many years. So here you go. We got smoke in 2023. We got reports, and people in the boxing world already know it's out there. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman are going for it. At 154, though, what happened to the 147 mandate for the WBC belt? First of all, what happened to the mandate of the sanctioning body for the WBC belt? And now Errol Spence and Keith Thurman are fighting at 154 pounds. Okay, but we got a fight though. And I'll tell you this much, Keith Thurman got the fight that he wants. Keith Thurman said that he wants the Errol Spence or Terence Crawford fight. So Keith Thurman got the opportunity now for a fight with Errol Spence, but it's not for any belts. There's no belts on the line. So what is this fight about? It's about names. It's about millions, and it's about money. This fight is all about money. All right, there's no belts. So this is a fight that Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Al Heyman, they're making this fight. The fans wanted a fight, didn't they? It ain't Errol Spence's fault that Terence Crawford didn't want to sign the contract. It ain't Errol Spence's fault that he wanted to wait and he wanted to become a great by becoming an undisputed fighter. Let me just tell you something. Errol Spence went out to be an undisputed fighter. He wants to become great. And then he wanted to move to 154. The man that he wanted to be great against was Terence Crawford. Errol Spence tried to get that deal done. It never worked. Crawford moved and fought for BLK Prime. But Errol Spence's intentions were to get the undisputed fight. Now, you know that Errol Spence never really wanted to fight Keith Thurman afterwards. Because when he wanted to fight Keith Thurman wasn't showing him no energy. And you know that Errol Spence has always took it personal that Keith Thurman has always told Errol Spence, go get a belt. And by the time he got a belt, Keith Thurman was doing other things and he wasn't interested in Errol Spence. So now Errol Spence has come to the point that he's got to make money and he's got to stay in the sport. So here you got a fight now. You got Errol the True Spence Jr. versus Keith one-time Thurman, and the fans should be happy, right? The fans should be happy. You guys should be happy that you got a fight, but you never got the undisputed fight. You never really got the fight that you really wanted. The fight that you really wanted never really happened. So now you're taking the second or third best fight in America. The real fight was Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Crawford fighting David Avanesian. Errol Spence is doing his own thing, right? But the biggest fight got taken away from the American and the world boxing. So now you got Keith Thurman, the big name. Big name Keith Thurman, right? And everybody's happy with the big name Keith Thurman versus Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Now somebody tell me, right, that everybody's being friendly. It's a good fight, right? It's a good fight, isn't it? It's a really good fight, isn't it? Yeah? Or do you want me to be real to where this fight really is today? Now, I'm a Keith Thurman fan. I like one-time Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman was the man coming up, injury-free, young and hungry, I like that Keith Thurman. But the Keith Thurman I got today, if you want me to cook, I will really tell you right now that where this fight is in 2023. What does Keith Thurman bring to the table? What is Keith one-time Thurman now bringing to the table for Errol Spence Jr.? The Keith Thurman that really was the man that I think is a declined fighter today. Lately, in the way that I look at it, Keith Thurman does not look like one-time Keith Thurman anymore. Is this a paycheck? Just strictly a paycheck for Keith one-time Thurman? This is only strictly a paycheck for Keith one-time Thurman now. Because he's not fighting for no belts. He's just fighting for the big multi-millions that he's going to get with Errol Spence. What is Keith Thurman going to be doing now? Somebody tell me. And is it only Rapstar who knows that Keith Thurman right now is only coming for the paycheck? The Keith Thurman for the legacy. Yeah, I would have been more happy if he had got the chance for the belts. But getting a 154 just to fight Errol Spence is just a money fight, bro. That's just a money fight. Yes, it's a fight for the fans. But let's really cook it and really see where Keith Thurman really is today. Hit that fucking like button, bro. That's Manny Pacquiao standing over Keith Thurman. That's Manny Pacquiao taking Keith Thurman's soul. And this time, what Manny Pacquiao did to Keith Thurman, I think it took something out of Keith Thurman, bro. Just the way Deontay Wilder has been taking something out of him from what Tyson Fury has done to Keith Thurman, bro. What Tyson Fury done to, Deontay Wilder, that was way more worse. 10 times worse. Sorry, that was worse. But what Manny Pacquiao did to Keith Thurman, bro, Manny Pacquiao did something to Keith Thurman that took him down a notch. That aura, that killer instinct, and that Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao changed the game with him. Manny Pacquiao at 40 plus years old, 42-year-old man, coming out of a multi-years layoff and came and beat up Keith Thurman. Right? We know how good Keith Thurman was. We know what Keith Thurman bring to the table years ago. But we're going to talk about what Keith Thurman we got today. And I know that boxing fans are going to say, yeah, it's a great fight. Keith Thurman, big name, big name. The history, he was the man. In today's world, there's been a lot of decline. Even when Keith Thurman was winning against Mario Barrios, the same Mario Barrios that they bring up from super lightweight to fucking welterweight. Mario Barrios is not even a welterweight. Never even fought the top guys at fucking super lightweight. Got knocked out by Tank Davis. This guy was making Keith Thurman frustrated. This guy, Mario Barrios, touched Keith Thurman to the body and made Keith Thurman hurt. And even Keith Thurman said that Mario Barrios hurt me. Even Keith, one time Thurman said that Mario Barrios hurt me. Even Keith Thurman said that. And for Keith Thurman fans and Keith Thurman fanboys, I just don't want to break your heart. I'm happy that Keith Thurman got the fight. I'm happy that Keith Thurman got the fight. Right? He's a big name. After Terence Crawford, that's it. It's Keith Thurman, then it's Boots, then it's Virgil. Right? But Keith Thurman in today's market value might be a big name. But is he really the fighter anymore? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see it. I've seen him struggling against Mario Barrios. Mario fucking Barrios in a round where Mario Barrios is putting hands on Keith. One time, Thurman. So is really Keith Thurman a real threat to Errol Spence today? Or is it just a paycheck? Well, you know, the Keith Thurman back in the day, I would say, yeah, he was the man. But today's Keith Thurman been declining, bro. Today's Keith Thurman is just there right now for the biggest paycheck. I don't see Keith Thurman doing more than that. I see Keith Thurman giving a good fight for a few rounds, and then Errol Spence will find a way to dog walk him. Errol Spence is going to find a way. At 154, Errol Spence is going to be a better fighter. Remember what I'm saying to you. At this point in their lives, 154, even Keith Thurman needs to be at 154. But at this point, Errol Spence is going to fuck him up. Errol Spence is going to fuck him up. I got my money on Errol Spence on this one. I got my money on the truth, Errol Spence. Now, I like Keith Thurman, but come on, bro. Keith Thurman been struggling out there. Look at what Manny Pacquiao did to your boy. You know what I mean? The same Manny Pacquiao that lost to Ugas. And then Ugas got a broken eye socket from Errol the Truth Spence Jr. So I got to go with Errol Spence is going to put. Hey, listen, I think Errol Spence is going to retire Keith Thurman right now. I think Errol Spence is going to retire Keith Thurman right now. It's just where it is right now. Look, I've noticed something. You know the Keith Thurman fans, yeah? They got a really good, you know, they have a feeling for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fans are very, you know, they got affection for Keith Thurman, bro. Keith Thurman fans, you know how it is. You know, they love Keith Thurman. But they got to keep it real here. Facts over feelings. And the facts show me that Keith Thurman, bro, Keith Thurman don't look like the guy anymore, bro. If the man's getting all 12 rounds and he's getting in a frustrating fight, and the man is in a fight with Mario Barrios in one or two of those rounds, that Mario Barrios is able to hurt motherfucking Keith Thurman, bro. Keith Thurman is declining. Keith one-time Thurman is declining, bro. But at the same time, the man has a big name. At the same time, Keith one-time Thurman has a big motherfucking name. But hit the like button. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me have a look who's in the chat. And we're going to cook. Yo, Stephen 4722 says Spence going to move to 154 and the Errol sexuals will blame Terence Crawford. Shit. Joshawn Brown, what's happening, bro? Yes, Dimitar. Lisa Snows laughing her head off. All right, Lisa. Yes, Fratnell ass. How's it going, bro? Tip, you better not fanboy today. Tip, you better not fanboy. Keep the same energy, Tip. You said Canelo Alvarez going up in weight and trying to challenge Bivol, yeah, for the belt is irrelevant. Let me ask real boxing and the world. Who remembers yesterday, before I pull out the receipts, that Tip Bayless, my friend, who's family to the boxing channel, right? He's family. So take it easy on Tip. Don't be coming at Tip Bayless. He's still one of us. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the rap stars. People. Who remembers what he said about Canelo Alvarez yesterday? Going up in weight, fighting for a belt is irrelevant. Now watch this, Max. Motherfucker Thurman's fighting for no belt, just for money now. Keith, one-time Thurman is not even fighting for legacy. He's like a hungry dog, just wanting to take some money over his name because he knows that his name is the last things that he's got to cash out. Now keep the same energy, Tip. Motherfucking Thurman's going up in weight and not even fighting for a belt. Keep the same energy, bro. Thurman is just taking a paycheck right now because he is taking money. He ain't getting no belts. Thurman is not the boss man either now. Errol Spence is making boss moves still. So let's just see how you feel about that. That your fighter's just going up there to get his money. Come on, Tip. Your fighter's going up there to get motherfucking money, bitch. And you were saying Canelo Alvarez going back for his rematch for a belt. You said that, Tip, not me. Let me go get that fucking back for you now so I can put it on the screen. You said Canelo Alvarez going back for a rematch for the belt is irrelevant. You said that, not us. Now keep the same energy. Yeah? Then now Keith Thurman's going to 154 and there's not even any belts. Your fucking boy, Keith, one-time Thurman, bro, is going up in weight just to get a paycheck then, isn't it? Really? Because he knows that Errol Spence's name is big. He knows Errol Spence's name is big. So he's going to go fight them. Fight him for no belt. But you didn't give no respect for Canelo Alvarez to go and face Bivol at a higher weight class for a belt. Come on. Fix up. Fix up. Keith Thurman is irrelevant compared to Canelo Alvarez, bro. Ain't nobody give a fuck about Keith Thurman globally anymore. Canelo Alvarez is the man. Keith Thurman got nothing to offer apart from his name. His name is left, nothing else. He don't bring nothing. Keith Thurman's aura went and his life went when Manny Pacquiao fucking showed him. Keith Thurman's life went when Manny Pacquiao showed him. And now the only thing left for Keith Thurman, he's a name. He's a name. He's food. right now. The man is food. Even Virgil Ortiz wants that food. Even Conor Benn wants to fucking beat up Keith Thurman to get that name. It's a name. Boots Ennis wants Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman is bait. Everybody wants Keith Thurman right now. Everybody will take Keith Thurman, the young boys, just to eat Keith Thurman. You guys are all gone. Keith Thurman gonna do this. Keith Thurman gonna do that. Keith Thurman ain't gonna do shit. Keith motherfucking one-time Thurman is a no time anymore. He ain't gonna do shit. I like Keith Thurman, but I ain't putting a fucking pound or a dollar or 50 fucking cent on Keith one-time Thurman. In fact, right now, I am not confident with Keith Thurman with none of the guys. How about that? How about fucking that? How about that? The Keith Thurman which used to be is a different Keith Thurman that I got today. The Keith Thurman in 2023, bro, he's out there for the paycheck. I don't give a fuck. He's out there for the paycheck. He wants to cash out. Keith Thurman wants to cash out. And hey, listen, all respect to Keith Thurman to want to cash out. All respect to Keith Thurman that he wants to cash out, bro. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna hate on a man. I ain't gonna hate on a man. I respect that. He got to get his money. He got to get his money. But let me tell you motherfuckers this, bro. And to all the homies, to all my people, to the haters, is that ain't nobody gonna put no money on Keith Thurman. Ain't nobody gonna put no fucking money on Keith Thurman from now on. Ain't nobody trust him. Let me tell you right now. They will all come to break down the fucking Keith Thurman story, the history, what Keith Thurman did, what Keith Thurman could have done, what Keith Thurman has done. But for the last few years, ain't nobody gonna put no money on Keith one-time Thurman. None of you guys are ever gonna put your money against me with Keith Thurman. You'll be running scared. Put your money where your mouth is. You capping out here for Keith Thurman. Ain't not one person I know who wants to put any money with Rapstar when it comes to Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. Not one. If I find those people, please come over here and show me that you're going to back your boy, Keith, one-time Thurman. Too much fucking, what's it called? Look, Keith Thurman, good name. Good name. Back in the day, did some really good shit, right? Beat Danny Garcia, beat Sean Porter. That was his best highlights, right? Keith Thurman's best highlights is that. We know Keith Thurman became a unified champion. Both fights were tough. Both fights were really tough for Keith Thurman anyway. I'm sure one of the fights, it was a split decision. But all I'm saying is, we're looking at 2020 fucking 3, bro. We're not living in the history. Keith Thurman is coming to sell his package. He's coming for his market value. He came back for that comeback fight with Mario Barrios. When Keith one-time Thurman came back for that fight with Mario Barrios, that was the fight that he was meant to look superb. In that fight, Keith Thurman was meant to come out there looking great to up his value for the next big fight. Okay? Keith Thurman's got a name. Ain't nobody going to deny that. He's still got a name. And he's probably the third biggest name in boxing in welterweight division. When it comes to the market value of a name, yes, if you get Keith Thurman, he's a name. But that's all he is. But that's all he is, bro. He ain't no more than a name looking to cash out on his name. I don't see nothing else here, bro. Keith one-time Thurman knows it himself. And let me tell you right now, it's going to be great to see Keith Thurman fight Errol Spence. I will enjoy the first 4 or 5 rounds. But as time goes on, the wear and tear, and somebody like Keith, just in his approach, after the Manny Pacquiao fight, he did kind of bore the public. He was not supposed to go all 12 rounds with a Mario Barrios, right? At the end of the day, Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence is a money fight. It's a money fight. It's a fight to make the millions. And you know what? Good luck to them. What did Terence Crawford do? Crawford did the same thing, took his opportunity and making his millions. So now these things are going on where they're going to go make their millions. And that's it. Errol Spence is going to win the fight. Keith Thurman's going to come for his name. And Keith Thurman's going to cash out. And that will be it for Keith Thurman. Errol Spence has got a lot more to do. And Errol Spence, I don't understand, which I want to find out. How does he go to 154 and not get stripped? Is Errol Spence not going to get stripped by the WBC? Is Errol Spence going to be made a franchise champion so he can go up in weight and come back and keep all his belts? I don't understand how this fight is getting played at 154 for the sanctioning bodies because they're not going to get no money. How are you making a $20 million fight, a $30 million fight, and the WBC, the WIBF, and the WBA are not getting any money? So how did they allow this fight to happen at 154 without Errol Spence getting stripped? You know? Or are they going to make Errol Spence a franchise champion? Are they going to do with what they did with Canelo Alvarez? Are they going to do that for Errol Spence? Give him the franchise belt. He'll pay for the franchise belt for going up in weight. He'll pay them the sanctioning fees. And then he'll go back down and keep all his belts. Because if Errol's going up to fight this fight, is he giving up any belts? Ain't nobody know nothing yet. But if Errol Spence gives up his belts, then everybody's going to have a chance to be a champion. The Virgil, the Boots, and all these guys are going to be running for those belts. But something tells me, how is Errol Spence Thurman going to fight at 154? And then what? The belts are just waiting on hijack. So all of Errol Spence's belts are going to wait on hijack, yeah? They're going to just sit there. Ain't nobody touching Errol Spence's belts. You know what I'm saying? He's the big dog of the division in America. He's the multi-million-dollar fighter in America. He's the unified champion with 3 belts. So no sanctioning body is going to mind. Nobody's going to say nothing. Errol can move up, fight Thurman, beat up Thurman, come back down, and keep his belts. That's what it typically looks like to me. I don't even know what else it can be. Unless Errol Spence will become the franchise champion. Errol Spence will become the franchise champion. What do you think about that? Yo, give me a second, guys. I want to see if I can... let me play some content. Give me a second. Give me a bit. I'll be back.
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer,
Tunde Tupac.
the Rap Flexer, kill them all.
Your
Rappers.
name. Your name.
Your name is
Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your
It's
name.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Tunde, with your dressing, I know the kind of song that you're about to present.
Yes.
So you want to tell us about it?
Just rap game. I kill the rap game because the haters want us down, but they're not gonna get us.
You don't need to tell us about the haters now.
Rappers, right? You're a rapper.
A rapper.
Good. Let's hear you.
Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Ha ha ha. Check it. Check it. Check it. I rule everywhere. I rule. They want to take me down, but they cannot take me down. Yeah. I rule New York. I rule Lagos to Atlanta. We go to Chicago. Check me out. Check my game. My game is tight. All the haters, I shoot them in the brain. Pull up. I've been around with my guys, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg. We're all in this game together because I kill them all. I kill Tupac and I kill Biggie. I kill them all because they can't contain my rap game.
Hey!
It's off the hook because I kill you all now.
No, calm down. You killed
who?
It's just a lyric. Don't fear.
Lyric.
Yeah. Your lyric will put you in trouble. You have to be very careful. You don't just go about saying things that you don't know.
It's a rap game. That's
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
I've been in this game for more than 20 years.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
What?
Just forget my age. Just focus on how long I've been in the game.
And you know Tupac. You know Snoop Dogg. You know
By the
50
grace
Cent.
of God, we met in the States.
Oh.
Which state?
Akwa Ibom.
This guy.
You're just a joker. You know what? Just go. We'll get back to you.
Yo, everybody in the building. Dizzy Dro, you got the wrench now, Dizzy Dro. You are officially with the Rap Star family, bro. Dizzy Dro is the new wrench for the Rap Star people, bro. He's the new man in the fucking community right now. You know what I'm saying? So look, John McSmith says Thurman is finished. Okay? John McSmith says Keith one-time Thurman, he's finished. Con says Keith KO's Spence in another life, maybe, but not in this life. Con Swannery says Keith one-time Thurman maybe knocks out Errol in his dream. In his dream, but not in reality. The sanctioning bodies are always the dumbest for all the things, says Ivo. The sanctioning bodies are the dumbest in the way they carry their business. I would rather like to see your face than if it happens. Oh, definitely. 100%. 100%. Dizzy Dro's laughing his head off. Yo, my brethren, Dimitar, what is going on? The gloves are off today. Yes, Tip, the gloves are off, man. The gloves are off. No hold bars. That's sure for sure. You know how we do it. Ain't no fanboying over here, bro. Ain't no feelings over here for any fighters. Hey, women lie, men lie, but my eyes don't lie, Tip. My eyes don't lie. Spence and Crawford are never fighting, so I hope Spence drops the belts, says Stephen, 47, 22. We got people in the building. What's happening, user? All right, I can't hear you, so here we keep moving. So look, Dizzy Dro says, it's what I love about boxing. You can be right for a little while, but you will always be right. You won't always be right, 100%. Ivo says, I'm telling you, man, Errol probably gonna move up to 154 with being the introductory fight to that division. Wow. Let's see. Tip Bayless, what's happening?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go. Your boy
go.
Thurman is getting smoked right now by the
7
chat.
years in the making. Let's
Yes,
go. It's
yeah.
finally here.
It's here.
Keith Thurman versus
Yeah.
Earl the Truth Shrimps. Let's go. The big fish. The big fish is finally here to fight Keith Thurman. And guess what he's not doing? He's
Nah.
not putting his titles on the line. That's
Yeah.
crazy. How are you
So
the
what?
big fish,
Tip,
but you're
let's
not
keep
putting
it
your
real.
titles on the
Tip,
line?
let's keep it real though, Tip. Why do you think? What's gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna make Errol a franchise champion so he can keep the belts?
Most likely he's gonna have to vacate a title. He might have to vacate one of the titles and then become the super the fucking franchise, whatever that shit is.
The second Canelo Alvarez.
But then again, he may not have to. I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't they say he has 60 days to make the fight with Crawford after fighting
No,
Thurman?
he has I think so, 60 days to make the fight with Crawford after
Hey,
Keith
but this
Thurman.
just proves my theory, Tip Bills, and you can't deny it now. Now it's official. Keith Thurman wanted this fight as a retirement payday.
Where are you
Fact.
getting this from, Dirk?
Fact.
No, let me
Tell him,
finish. Let me
Dirk.
finish,
Come on,
Mister.
Smoke him, Dirk.
no,
Smoke
Dirk,
him.
you just throwing shit out there. First of
Nah,
all, Dirk,
you gotta let me
first of
finish,
all,
bro,
Dirk,
because
time out,
you
Dirk.
don't know what I'm about to
It's your
say.
boy who wants to fight at 154, not Keith.
Nah, hold up, time out.
We talking about here.
What welterweight, a serious welterweight would agree to a non-title fight at 54?
Hey, bro.
If unless all you want is the money.
Bro, your man not trying to fight. So Keith is going
He didn't
by
have to
his
accept
terms.
it.
Keith is going by his terms. The
Nah,
dude
fuck
said he
that.
ain't want to fight Keith. He not going to put his titles on the line against Keith.
He
Keith
knows
like,
he ain't
fuck
gonna
it.
beat him,
money,
so
innit?
why
Keith
does he
is
care
like,
if it's a
fuck it at
title or
this
not?
point. You know what I'm saying?
Keith
I just
waiting
want
for
to
a
fight.
paycheck.
If you're not going to put, listen,
It's a
Keith
paycheck,
is
man.
showing you, Keith is showing you motherfuckers that all along he ain't been ducking no fucking smoke. All this talk
Man,
about Keith sometime Thurman, Keith runtime Thurman, Keith is still here taking the fights by all means.
bro,
No
you
title
going
on the
too much with
line
your emotion,
at a
Tip.
weight that Errol Spence won, 154 in 10-ounce gloves. Let's go, man. Stop
Tip,
playing
you
with
got
my boy Thurman. Y'all got the game
Tip, you
fucked
gotta
up.
leave your emotion out of it, bro. This man is done, and he knows it. That's why
Oh yeah,
he's taking this non-title fight at
you right.
54.
You right. Your boy don't want to be embarrassed to lose to Keith at 147 and not get that undisputed fight. Because Keith gonna
He's probably
outshine him.
too lazy to
Because
make
Keith gonna
47.
outshine him. That's what's gonna happen.
I doubt it.
Even the
And
people in the chat, let me tell you,
What
Pat
you think? Oh,
Greedy.
time out.
Let me
You don't
tell
think
you, everybody, yeah, but Tip, Pat Greedy, Stephen, Con Swannery, John McSmith, fucking Real Boxing TV, they all can't be wrong. They're saying you're delusional here, bro.
I'm delusional. And Rapstar, didn't we talk about this last night? Why Canelo, the Bivol thing? What's the more moral victory or more victory loss?
It's to
Go,
stay, it's to go up in weight and
go up,
stay.
right? Go up in weight, right?
Yeah.
You think Keith Thurman gives a fuck? The man lost to Pacquiao. He ain't got shit to lose. It's Earl. We know it's Earl.
Dirk, I need you to come back.
He don't want to lose to Thurman at 47 because he been talking shit so long and fucking throwing his name under the bus that if he lose, he gonna look bad. It's gonna look real bad.
Nah,
You
that's
think
not what it is. For
Dirk,
one,
saying that
Earl
Spence
been
is
talking about the
short.
longest that he don't want to make. He can't make 47 as easy as he used
Oh,
to.
so he can't make 47. So why you think he going to 54? Let's go. Come on, Dirk. You
Look,
giving him the answers.
but you act like Keith Thurman.
The answers.
They didn't force Keith Thurman to accept nothing. Keith Thurman accept.
You can't make weight at 47. Why you think he going to 54?
It's no you saying he going 54 because he's scared of Keith Thurman. He's scared of Keith Thurman.
He don't want to lose to Keith at 47. That's why
Is Keith Thurman, let's ask the question, is Keith Thurman in boxing for a paycheck or to stay in boxing for real fights for legacy? Simple.
Yeah.
Yes or no. And look, Tip Bayless, he's gonna back Keith Thurman. He said he's gonna back him. He ain't ducking it. He ain't ducking it, even though he was certain things he said about other fighters. But when it comes to Thurman, he's backing his man. So
hey, but you know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember when Triple G fans were trying to convince us that third Canelo fight was going to be competitive and it was for get the fuck out of here. It was for a payday. Period. And that's what. Look how happy Triple G was at the end of the fight. He was smiling, cheesing, hugging Canelo. That motherfucker wasn't there to win the fight.
Hey, Tip Bayless.
Yo.
Tip Bayless.
Yo.
I can help you on this one though.
I'm just
let me tell you where I can help you, Tip. Let me help you.
Go ahead, cook right quick.
He said Dirk just said, look, I want to spice up the show. He said that this fight's just for a payday because we know that he lost to Pacquiao. Didn't Deontay Wilder get his ass beat in the second fight by Tyson Fury like a bitch? He got beaten up bad.
Beat the fuck up.
Right. Didn't Deontay Wilder want that fight again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more times.
Was that for a paycheck? Do you think Deontay Wilder wanted that fight for a paycheck or try and win the belt?
That's a way different argument because Wilder didn't look washed.
No, I just got a help tip there.
No, I understand, but that's a different. No, because Triple G and Thurman are at the same point in their career. They're basically.
Okay, who got beaten up worse? Who got beaten up worse? Let's just keep it real.
Rapstar, hold on, you gotta let me answer, bro.
Let me help. Who got beaten up worse? Keith
and
Thurman
why is the moderator of a debate helping a debater?
Or Tyson Fury beating up Wilder? Who got beaten up worse?
I'll answer that question, but why is the moderator helping us?
Just answer that, bro. Who got beaten up worse? Thurman versus Pacquiao or Wilder versus Fury?
Obviously Wilder.
Yes, so
I mean they both got beat up.
So you
but that's not even but that's not even that's different because that's different because
Thurman got beat up by Pacquiao?
I mean he kind of did, but it was a good fight. But he beat him up too. Thurman put some paws on Pacquiao too. Don't get me wrong,
bruh.
But what I'm saying is, Keith Thurman looked like trash against the dude he fought before Pacquiao, which was Josito Lopez.
He looked trash against.
He's been washed for a minute
because Jose Cito hit him with one good shot in one good fucking round. That's all you can remember. You can't remember shit else Jose Cito Lopez did in that fight.
I mean, Josito was a fucking journeyman. He shouldn't be doing that to you.
Come on, bruh.
That dude's a journeyman.
Y'all can only remember the one time Keith Thurman get hurt in those fights. You can't say anything else about what these guys did in that fight that look better than Keith Thurman. You can't.
Keith Thurman, prime Keith Thurman, the real Keith Thurman would have beat Pacquiao. Let's be real. Yeah, you know I'm right. Bro, it ain't no way Keith Thurman losing to a 40-year-old Pacquiao.
Off a split decision.
So Dirk, what you're saying in factually is that but can I just say Dirk's making a point that Keith Thurman was the guy, Bayless. He's just been declining.
Exactly.
Dirk feels that Keith Thurman is a digressing fighter now.
Yes, and you got to leave your emotions out of it, Bayless. I know he was your favorite fighter or is your favorite fighter, but he's not as good as he used to be. It happens to everybody, bro. Like that's why this last fight with him, Errol Spence, is basically like a say goodbye fight because he's not gonna stick around and fight these young lions. That's stupid. He wants his last payday with Errol Spence so he can go off in sunset and retire. It's common sense. It's business.
Okay, let's move it on to David. What's happening, David?
Yo, what's up, Rapstar? Happy New Year's, brother.
Yeah, you ain't been around. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, David. So the fight is getting maybe announced. The fight is getting ready to be at 154 pounds. Keith one-time Thurman, Errol Spence. We're at the subject where a lot of the boxing fans feel, and in the chat, David, that Keith Thurman, because he's not fighting for belts, he's hanging on now just for a big fight. And because now the fight's at 154, no belts, Keith Thurman's only in there for the paycheck now. Do you agree?
Well, I believe what Punch said when he said that Errol Spence is giving him the fight, but he's being salty by not giving him the opportunity to fight for a belt.
He's a sucker.
I wasn't feeling that move.
Hey, Doug, you see how the Thurman fans getting upset that they don't got no belt?
He's a sucker. Why? Who does that?
Okay, you know what? Hey, you know what? That point might be true about Spence being salty at Thurman, so he's not giving him a title chance. But at the same time, Keith Thurman accepted it. Why? Because he wants a payday and he's desperate.
Because he wants the payday, or he wants the fight.
I'm just saying, bro. If Keith Thurman had some leverage, he wouldn't accept the shit.
Dirk, every fight is a payday, Dirk. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
No. Exactly. If Keith Thurman has some leverage, he wouldn't accept this bullshit.
You're making money fighting, Dirk.
He could make money fighting anybody, but this is real money.
The premise is prize fighting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not arguing against that.
Money. My man wants to fight, dog. That's it.
Yeah, but this is different kind of money.
He was talking shit. All right, the fight is here. It's on the table. The contract there. Sign it, motherfucker. Let's get it on. Since you wanted it so bad, don't shy away from it now. You're going to get this work. Simple.
The fight is more...
Bro, if your boy get in there, he get washed by Errol Spence. You better have that same energy.
The fight is more...
What type of man feels so confident in himself that he could beat a guy that he won't even put his belts on the line?
But
The
whose
fight is
fault is
more
this? This is
prestigious
Keith
with the
Thurman's fault.
belts.
If Keith Thurman would have given him opportunity back when
Man,
he
fuck
was
that
younger,
opportunity shit up. The man ain't put himself in
Errol
position.
Spence at
that's
the time
cap.
was
Motherfucker was never
Errol
in
Spence was
position,
a
Dirk.
prospect.
The
Errol
motherfucker
Spence
wasn't
was a
even in the
prospect.
rankings. You keep
Errol
talking
That's
about
Spence
cap.
some
was a
fucking
prospect.
deserve a fight shit.
He
The
was a
motherfucker
prospect at
wasn't
the
in the
time.
rankings.
Hear me out.
Okay, well
Errol,
he didn't give Earl opportunity then. So
Why would he
why the
give
fuck should
Earl
he give you
opportunity
opportunity
when it's
now?
the Dirk? Why would he give Earl opportunity when it's people above Earl who deserve the fight?
Hey,
Huh?
this is what
Why
Earl
would he
said.
do that? Why
This
would
is
he
what
do
Earl
that?
said.
Who the fuck?
I
Who the
got
fuck did
nothing to
Earl?
offer you.
What did Earl Spence do to get a fight with Keith Thurman that he's so
Uh,
deserving of?
fight everybody to become mandatory.
What? Oh, 2015. That's what he did.
Yeah,
he
He did
wasn't
that in
he did.
mandatory.
2015.
Yeah, he
Because
did
he didn't
everything
win
he
his
needed
first
to
belt
do.
until 2017. 2 months after Keith Thurman unified. So what the fuck is
Only
you talking
because Kell
about?
Brook had the balls to give him a
He
shot.
fought Kell Brook in 2017, Dirk. 2 months
That's
after
what.
Keith Thurman unified. The motherfucker ain't do shit to get a title shot until 2017.
Man,
Errol
look, he
Spence,
was a. Go
Errol
ahead.
Spence at the time. Errol Spence at the time, right? Floyd Mayweather was the one bringing him up, and Errol Spence at the time was a prospect, right? But then when he got those wins over Chris Algieri and Leonard Bundle, that started opening up people's eyes. However, Keith Thurman at the time was busy fighting guys like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and then before that he was trying to get a Mayweather fight, if I'm not correct. And then Errol Spence did become a world champion. He did. So what I will say is that Keith Thurman kind of avoided a
Thank you.
unification fight.
Ain't no kind of
He
avoided it. The
avoided
Let
fight
it.
him
was never
speak,
gonna
But
Tip.
happen
hear
because
me out,
Let
Keith
hear
was
me
David.
out,
injured.
You gotta let
hear me
David
out, hear me
speak,
out, hear me
though.
out,
The
hear me
fans
out,
can't be
hear me out, hear me
educated
out.
if David don't speak. Go on,
Hear
David.
me out. But to Keith Thurman's defense, at the time he was injured, he was sidelined, so you couldn't expect for him to come back from a long layoff into Errol Spence. Now, what I feel to answer what you were saying, if I feel this is a payday, every fight is a payday. I believe Keith Thurman is looking at the bigger picture. That if he wins this fight, forget about belts, because let's be realistic. Resume trumps belts at the end of the day. I'd rather be the guy that beat Floyd Mayweather with no belts than beat Joe Blow with a belt. And I say that to say this. Keith Thurman is taking this fight because he wants an opportunity. It's a big payday, and if he wins, it opens up more doors for him. Is it his last hurrah? Absolutely. Me personally, I wanted to see Thurman fight Danny in a rematch of
Y'all shit me. That's
154.
exactly what's gonna happen. If Keith beat Earl, guess who we gonna fight next? The motherfucker who called
But
us out after he just beat Jose Benavidez, Danny Garcia. That's what's gonna happen.
if he beats
Okay,
Earl, if
And
he
that's
beats Earl, I think he's going on to bigger things than Danny
and look,
Garcia.
okay. Well,
that's what's
let's
gonna
get.
happen. And that sucker over there holding up the division, he gonna go back down to 147 to fight Bud Crawford, but he not gonna fight Keith Thurman at 147 because he don't want to lose his belts.
Okay, let's
Nah,
remember
it's not
this
because
though.
he didn't
Can I
want to
just
lose his
let me
belts.
get
It's
this off,
because
Dirk?
it's a
So
fuck you
Dirk,
to Keith
if he don't
Thurman.
want to
Dirk,
lose his
let me get
belts,
some
why the
other
title's
facts
not
off.
on the
Let me get
line?
some facts off though, Dirk. Keith
Okay.
Thurman on his last interview said, "I'm happy to go to 154 too." He
Mhm.
said that. He said that I'll be happy to fight Charlo, Danny Garcia. I'm happy to go to 154. So he did say that he was looking at going at 154 in the future. But Mastermind, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Nice little fight since we couldn't get the Crawford fight. This is a good one.
Yeah, so how do you feel about where we're in the subject? Do you feel with the Keith Thurman that you've been seeing in the last few years, who got knocked down, who was a tough, fight for him against Pacquiao, in one of the rounds against Mario Barrios, people who are real boxing fans who know Keith Thurman, they were not impressed. They were impressed, okay, he won the fight. By the man who knocked out, Tank Davis knocked him out, they pulled him up in weight. He ended up hurting Thurman in one of the rounds. Do you agree with Dirk that the guy's digressing or he's a little bit of decline for Keith Thurman now?
Yeah, I see a little decline, but
Yeah.
he got to get that payday, man. And like he said, if he get this victory, he right back on top, number one spot.
Mm.
So it's a good one. Hopefully, I want Spence to win, but is this the end for Spence at 147? Y'all think?
No, but why do you think they're fighting at 154? No belts.
Yeah, I thought Spence been crying about 147 for the last 2-3 years. I thought it was hard for him to make the weight.
Mm-hmm. And what Keith said after his last fight against Barrios at the press conference, he said, "Oh, Danny, why don't you come back down to 147?" So we know who won fight at 54. We know who won to fight at 54. I ain't gotta say nothing else. We know who wants to fight at 54. It's the sucker who don't want to defend his titles.
Oh, you say it's about not defending the title. That's why he took it up a notch.
What were y'all talking about yesterday? How Canelo was trying to do the moral thing, right? The moral loss, not fight, losing to Bivol over at 175 instead of 168. This is exactly what it is.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is just like the Triple G fans, bro. They swore up and down to me that that third Triple G fight was gonna be competitive.
Well, guess what?
That Triple G's coming to win. Man, and guess what happened? That shit was boring as hell. It was not an interesting fight whatsoever. It was some bullshit. This is what this is. This is like a little tune-up before the Crawford fight. Hopefully.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, I thought your boy don't take tune-ups. I thought whole time out. This is funny, Dirk, because I'm gonna show you what's real funny, Dirk. He don't take tune-ups, right? Why is he going?
Hey, I'm not trying to defend Errol Spence.
Why is he fighting at 154 if he don't do tune-ups? Ain't Keith Thurman at 154 a tune-up?
I mean, it's
back down. If you got to come back down and then most likely go back up after you unify.
Well, think about it.
Ain't that basically a tune-up, Dirk?
Well, I'm not trying to defend Errol Spence. I'm not a Spence.
Tune-up at 54, Dirk.
I'm not trying to defend.
Tune-up at 54.
Yeah, let me talk. Goddammit. All right.
It's just a yes or no question.
Yes, Errol Spence says he don't take tune-ups.
But is he taking the tune-up by fighting at 54?
Yes no, but what I'm saying.
No. Yes or no, Dirk? It's
no.
Oh, you're a fucking liar.
No. Look. He either he fights Keith or he's gonna have to fight his IBF mandatory with his boots. Or he actually had to take a real tune-up against some low-level welterweight that we ain't never heard of, and he's never gonna do some shit like that.
Well, yeah, they're saying
so he was really stuck between a rock and a hard place. So he had to fight Keith.
They're saying that he has to fight the winner of. It don't make sense because it's not gonna happen anyway. But they're saying that he has to fight the winner of Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz after this fight. Yeah, it don't make sense because you know it's not gonna happen.
That's not a tune-up though.
But David, let me ask you all a simple question and Mastermind, right? You guys are from America, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, right? You'll be happy to watch that fight. Am I right or wrong?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Right. All right.
That's one of the few heavyweight fights I'll pay for.
Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, you happy to watch that fight, innit?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And none of those motherfucking fights are for belts.
Nope.
That's why I said that.
So boxing is not all about belts. Sometimes
it's not.
You gotta remember this. Even I said in the beginning of my show, Keith Thurman and Errol Spence are big names in America. They're bigger than the belts now. They're the same guys like who can make a fight bigger than the belts. Thurman, they love him or hate him. Thurman is big money fight. So Thurman and Spence don't need the belts.
No, I'll take Thurman over Spence. It's not that, rap star.
No, but you see how the fans are though, right? The fans, you heard that, right, Dirk? They happy to watch those other fights for no belts.
I'll pay for Thurman and Spence too.
Right? But when it comes to Spence and Thurman now, you want to shit on Spence.
You know the difference is.
Come on, keep the same energy.
No, the difference is Tank and Ryan are two young dudes in their prime, and Wilder and Joshua, even though they took a couple losses, they're basically in the same level of their career. They're not in their prime either. So that's like a 50-50 type of fight. This is not. Spence is still in the prime of his career. He's not declining, but Thurman is. That's why this is bullshit.
He don't want Keith Thurman to still his shine. That's all it is.
Keith Thurman ain't still nothing but some money, man.
I don't think Spencer's afraid of Keith Thurman taking the belt. I think Spencer's just doing it to be spiteful. He's being
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I think it is, man. This is a generation. Right now, we live in a sensitive generation. If you know, when fighters have a bad performance, everybody in your division is making tweets about you. You know, back in the days, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that personal. They fought in the ring. They handled it in the ring, and then they were gentlemen. Now everybody.
I don't even like Errol Spence. Motherfucker be sneak dissing and shit. Like, yeah, he be on Twitter like putting the LOL. Like, why don't you put an ad on it? You know,
I still think Boots beats Errol. I don't care what anybody says.
My boy,
I think so too.
But listen, let me tell you something. Thurman can even give Boots some fucking energy. Stop the
Yeah,
cap.
I would love to
He
see it because
would.
he don't.
Ain't
He
ain't
need
ain't
10
nobody
million to fight.
said
Trap
Boots.
star.
Boots
Trap
ain't
star.
done
Styles
nothing,
make
bro.
fights, bro.
That
Boots ain't
fight is
done
never
nothing.
gonna happen, bro.
Hey,
Only in our
listen.
Styles
dreams.
make fights.
Boots ain't
Styles make
done what
fights.
you people think he's done.
Boots versus Karen was the same thing as Teofimo versus Sandor Martin,
Exactly the same thing.
minus
Exactly the
minus the
same thing.
minus the fake knockdown.
Except
Because
except
all I
except
gave
Martin
Sandor
was
was
actually
choking.
outboxing him at points.
No, he wasn't. No, he
No, he
wasn't.
wasn't, bro.
He
Tim Bradley
was.
told you that. Tim
That
Bradley told you
motherfucker
that.
actually won some
Tim
rounds on
Bradley
Listen,
seen
bro.
that
Teofimo.
live.
They said
I seen
Javon
that fight
Ennis.
live, bro.
They said Javon
I,
Ennis won all 12 rounds. That motherfucker definitely. It was definitely a
yeah,
9-3.
Nah, that
yeah,
nigga went
It was
all 12
definitely a
rounds.
117, 111, bro. I was at the fight, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me. I
And
know. I know
Teofimo
what I
won.
saw.
And Teo won 8 out of 10 rounds in my scorecard. Only Tim Bradley and ESPN and everybody that don't know shit about boxing thinks that Sandor Martin won that fight. Because I saw that fight live, and nobody in the garden said it was a robbery. When
It was
Sandor
a close
Martin
fight.
threw himself, there wasn't no close fight. He had a fake knockdown. That was not a
He
close
had
fight.
2 knockdowns,
2 rounds,
my guy.
but it wasn't scored a knockdown. Either way you put it, he only won 2 rounds in my eyes, three the most. And everybody in Madison Square Garden was wondering why the fuck is this guy throwing himself on the floor like he's celebrating that he won the fucking World
Hey,
Series. Nobody
what's your
believed
name?
that
What's your
Sandor
name, brother?
Martin.
Because
David,
I wanna address you correctly. What's your name?
David,
David.
David.
So
Yes,
the difference between the Teofimo fight and Sandor Martin was Sandor definitely was on the back foot, but at least he tried to score points. What's his
it
name?
was more
Karen.
competitive. I agree with you on that.
Karen.
It was
Karen
more
was just
competitive.
there to survive. Like he didn't even care about winning any rounds at all. He just wanted to get out alive in one piece.
But the point I'm trying to make is this: people make a big deal out of that. Don't get me wrong. One thing in boxing, the lost art today is cutting off the ring. A lot of young fighters don't cut the ring off well. That goes to
Hmm.
Teofimo, who's my favorite fighter. I'm still going to critique him, and Boots Ennis, who's also one of my favorite fighters. The only fighters
Hmm.
today that are good at cutting the ring off are Canelo, Triple G, and maybe a few other guys like a Nui. But with that being
Yeah,
said,
and to be fair, Canelo that he is good at that, but in the beginning of his career, he wasn't good at that. So it's
yeah, but
you you,
he's
you
good
can
at it
learn.
now. Yeah, he did it
Yeah,
with Plant. He did it with Billy Joe, and those guys are better than Sandor and Karen. You
yeah,
know,
but hold up. Even with Plant, like there were times where Plant would stand there and trade with Canelo. He
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 was
was
trying to
trying to
win.
win.
He
Yeah,
was
he was
trying to
trying to
win. There's
win.
a difference.
Yeah, this dude Karen was not interested in winning the fight at all. Like it's different.
I had an argument with somebody, a debate, because somebody was telling me, "Oh, Buck Crawford would stop him." Let me ask you a question. You know boxing, right? Every
Yeah,
fight that Buck Crawford had that we can think of
he
from
gets
since he's
touched.
been the champion, not even about being chucked. All of his guys he fought, at least they came to win. He hasn't fought
Right.
anybody that came in there to survive only. So you don't know how that fight would look. Imagine Sandor Martin versus Devin Haney. Imagine how boring that would look. Have you ever? And I'm not
Exactly.
trying to diss Devin Haney. Nobody knows if he could cut the ring off neither. You know what I'm
Yeah, can you
saying?
imagine Devin Haney trying to chase Sandor Martin? Like,
Yeah.
well, he would never run from a
So
Devin Haney, but I'm
since
just
everybody
saying.
thinks since everybody thinks Sandor Martin beat Teofimo and Karen gave Boots such a good fight, then why don't we see Karen fight Sandor Martin next at 143? Nobody's
I'm
talking
actually
about
watching
that.
highlights again. Teofimo did better than I thought he did.
He did, man. He had the only thing with Teofimo in that fight, and I don't mean to make this a Teofimo show. Teofimo relied on his athleticism rather than his fundamentals. That's what it was. He got a little overzealous,
Um,
jumping into punches, which led to that corny knockdown. Other than that, he won that fight, man.
I will say this. I kind of blame Teofimo for taking the fight because they could have fought Barboza. That would have been better for his style.
I agree with you on that.
So, but
Spence need to knock out against Thurman though. He need to knock out, make a statement.
I think he
no,
does
one thing
that.
about Thurman, he knows how to survive. If you hurt him,
He
Yeah.
got legs.
he's got good footwork. He
Man,
knows
we
how to
need to
speak.
talk about how this sucker not defending his titles, bro.
Bro, we just talked about that. Earl's being
The
spiteful.
man not
So what?
defending his titles.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
but guess
Keith
How
what? If
y'all
you
Thurman's
Keith
got.
Thurman,
how
That
do
means
you
what? Is
respect
Keith
a guy
Thurman a
like that?
beggar?
Like
Keith Thurman's the one who's agreeing to all this. Is he a beggar?
yeah,
how do you
he
respect
agreed
it?
to it.
How do
That means
you
Keith
respect a
Thurman.
guy like
That
that?
means
He needs a
Keith
payday
Thurman's
that
going in
bad.
for a paycheck.
That's proof he's begging for a payday because
No.
in a different world, Keith Thurman would have said, "Fuck you, I'm not accepting that bullshit. We fighting for a
Facts,
title or nothing."
facts.
But you know what it is? Both of those guys haven't fought in a while. Keith Thurman is probably not even near 147. And then Errol Spence, he went through what he's going through right now. He's probably not nowhere near the weight neither. That could also be something
Listen,
that we could mention.
from Keith own mouth, he said the fight is gonna happen. That's all I know. That's what he stood by. It's happening. Here it is.
Yeah, I don't
The
think
man
Spence
just
coming back down to
he looking
147.
to fight. So fuck all that
Yo,
other shit. He looking to fight.
I agree with homeboy that just said that. I don't think Spence and Crawford's gonna happen because Spence has to fight. It's mandatory next. He might just go to 154, man. I
Mm.
gave up on that fight, to be honest with you. I don't care about that fight.
Do you think,
Right now,
David, this could be Spence just feeling the waters, want to now go at 154 and say, okay, let me see where we are now. Let's
Yep.
go at
absolutely.
154
Absolutely.
and let's let Jamel Charlo fight Tim Tszyu, and then after Tim Tszyu, Charlo moves up to 160. The older Charlo moves up to 168, and then Errol Spence is coming to take 154.
That makes sense, Rapstar, because a lot of fighters nowadays, when it's been going on for years, whenever they move up in weight, a lot of times the first guy that they fight to acclimate themselves to the new weight class is somebody that was already in a smaller division. Example, Danny Garcia moved to 154. Look who he fought. He fought a guy that was at 140 in Benavidez, right? So that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, man.
And a lot of great analysts and a lot of fighters have said that Errol Spence's best days are going to be when he moves up. You're going to see a better fighter. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know because the guys there are pretty big. Errol
Mm,
Spence is not the fastest guy in the world. Like a lot of
mm,
guys that are successful when they move up in weight are guys that are very,
mm.
very slick boxers that could avoid the power of the bigger guys, or guys that are freak of natures like Manny Pacquiao. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I
I
don't know.
mean, do you not see Errol Spence growing at 154 and being a better fighter, man, who can be like beating Brian Castaños, the Harrisons, the Tim Tszyu, the people which are at the top? These are the people left, and there's not this division at 154 is not as fly as 147, bro.
That remains to be seen, man.
You know who you got, Texera. I mean, who the Errol Spence can beat these guys, bro?
I
If
think
I
I
don't
think
think he
Spence
could
could beat
beat
Charlo.
Charlo.
we don't know. I mean,
They're
they
not, they're
said
not gonna
that
fight
Errol
though.
Spence gave Charlo all the work behind the scenes. That's
Yeah,
what
but
that's what the talk is.
Yeah, but I don't go by sparring stories because they said that Ryo beat up Tiafimo, and we see what happened to Ryo against that Dominican guy.
Mm.
So I highly, I'm not. I don't make.
Who's
I don't
fundamentally
smoke.
a better fighter, Errol Spence or Charlo?
Um, I think
Earl Spence.
Errol Spence is
Spence.
fundamentally a better fighter, bro.
Both guys have
Yeah.
fundamentals, but I think
Yeah.
Spence has more tools in his toolbox.
Charlo's a better athlete, I'll say that, and I think he got more one punch knockout power. But
Yep.
Earl
I
Spence
That
is
think
a
left
better
hook.
fundamental fighter.
And you know what? You guys are sleeping on Spence. Spence has already said, once I'm done with 147, if Crawford fights me or not, I want to be undisputed. If he doesn't, then I know you guys are gonna say, well, well, it's Canelo Alvarez's team said if we run out of opponents, how about we fight Errol Spence?
Uh-oh.
And then Errol Spence said, yo, I'll come to 160, but don't expect me
Canelo
to
was
come more.
squashing.
Yeah,
Canelo was
Errol
squashing
Spence
4
said,
rounds.
I'll come to 160, but I'm not gonna come. It's not stupid for me to go more than 160. Now, do you ever think if Errol Spence is at 154 the next year and he becomes a champion, do you think in the future Canelo will run out of opponents and the big money fight for Canelo will be Errol Spence in the future at a catch weight at 160 something? Let me start with that, Mastermind. Do you think that can happen?
Yeah, I think that might be what he aiming for, man. Since he couldn't get the Crawford, but I think you got to lean toward Canelo in that, man.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
easily,
If
easily,
if
easily.
he
That,
does
that's
that,
easy.
I want to see Earl Spence do like a tune-up fight at that
Yeah,
weight first to see how he looks.
right.
Yeah, but you know what? See, back in the days, right, when Trinidad was the man at 147, Trinidad was actually chasing a fight against Roy Jones when Roy Jones was Superman at 168. He moved up to 154 and unified. He joined the middleweight tournament with B Hop, and if he would have won that fight, his next fight was going to be against Roy Jones.
But
I don't, I
that
don't think.
fight, yeah, that fight will be weird because Earl obviously will be putting on more weight, but he's already a big dude anyways. But
In
what
order
I'm
for that
saying
fight,
is, yeah,
go
what
ahead.
I'm saying is Canelo has been moving up and down in weight a lot. Like even going down like 3 pounds from, let's say the catch weight is 165. Yeah, I don't think that's going to affect him. Like look what happened to Roy Jones. Like moving up and down in weight, that shit can affect your performance.
Yeah, because you're fluctuating in weight, and
Yeah, that's
and
dangerous.
you look at the Bivol fight, right? And then you look after that, the Triple G fight. he didn't look spectacular. You might be onto something. And as
Yeah.
far as the possibility of that fight being big, for that fight to be huge, I think Errol Spence will have to take care of the Buck Crawford business and solidify his name as being the top dog for real before he can worry about Canelo Alvarez, man.
Yep.
Honestly, he doesn't need an Earl Spence. Like you can make a super fight with Benavidez in Mexico City at the Azteca. 100,000 people will show up. The Mexican versus the Mexican American. Come on, bro. That's all you need right there. You can retire if you beat him.
But right now, 168, they're about to have a mini tournament from what I'm looking at. You know, you got Benavidez versus Plant. You got Andre versus hopefully Charlo. Hopefully,
Ah.
if Canelo doesn't fight the winner of the last man standing, then we can say Canelo ducked the smoke. But if those guys, which they're doing what they're supposed to do, build their own legacy, and the last man standing fights Canelo, and Canelo chooses that fight, then
It's
all
three
props to
guys.
Yeah, but
Canelo.
what do you feel about what Canelo's saying? Canelo says, I've already done it. Already a multi-weight champion. He goes, I've done more than all these guys. He goes, I'm at a stage now that if I don't even want to fight a Mexican guy and I don't want to put a beating on another Mexican guy, he goes, I've achieved already more than most guys. And do you agree with him picking? Do you agree with him picking and choosing what culture he wants to fight? And also,
No, no,
do you
don't.
Hell
agree
no.
with him? Do you agree with him saying that these other guys need to fight each other? Though, look at what they're doing.
Yes,
Well, I,
I
I
agree with
agree with
that.
that. I agree with that part because these could. I'm gonna give you an example, right?
Mm.
They were all like in the same level at one point, you know, at 160, 154. So if Canelo was to, let's say, fight Charlo tomorrow, right, and they walk into the ring and they're showing highlights, you're gonna see highlights of Canelo piecing up Cotto, piecing up Danny Jacobs, piecing up Triple G, but then you're gonna see highlights of Charlo piecing up Joey Bag of Donuts and Paulie Potato Salad. You know what I'm saying? Canelo has surpassed those guys so much that they do need to fight each other, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. However, if Canelo goes the rest of his career without fighting one of those guys, or at least two of those guys, that's also something that's going to be clouding his career forever because those are some of his nemesis, so to say.
So, what do you think about David Benavidez coming out on Fight Hype, Respect to Fight Hype, the other day, right? And he says, look, he goes, say what you want about me, but I was a two-time WBC champion. He goes, from my own mistakes, I lost the fucking belts. He goes, yeah, I fucked my own fucking belts up. But he goes, when I beat up Kalen Plant, and this is what he said, he goes, for me, for Kalen Plant, it's personal. I can play it to you. I will play it to you in a minute. And he says, when I break Kalen Plant's face, and he goes, you can say what you want now, but when I beat Kalen Plant better than Canelo Alvarez did, do you not think Canelo has to answer to me? Now, I'm going to ask Dirk. Dirk, if David Benavidez says, I beat up Kalen Plant and break him up worse than Canelo can, do you think Canelo should take that smoke with him?
I say yes.
Hey, can you hear
I
me?
say yes.
We can hear you,
Oh,
Dirk.
okay. Yeah, he should take the David Benavidez fight. He's been calling you out for a long time. He would have beat your guy worse than you beat him, and people have been asking for it. So why not?
What do you
That's
think,
how Manny
David?
Pacquiao. That's how Manny Pacquiao was starting to build up his fight with Floyd. He was beating the guys
So
that
you
Floyd was
think the
beating.
pound for pound champion, David, the man who's four-weight world champion, he has to answer to this 23, 24-year-old David Benavidez now.
I'm
That
not
he,
saying he got an answer to him, but
well,
I
that's
think
what
he
he's
should fight
saying. He
him.
says, don't you think that
He
he
should
needs to
fight him.
answer that now?
I'm not gonna say answer. He should fight him. Yes, if he's at
Hey,
168,
Yeah.
hey, Floyd fought a 23-year-old Canelo, so why not?
Facts, facts, facts.
absolutely. And like I said, if you still at 168 and if you're undisputed,
Mm.
defend your belt against the guy that
Well,
everybody's
let's see
saying
if it's the
you're
same
avoiding.
energy for everybody in the chat and the panel. Mastermind, if David Benavidez beat up Kalen Plant, does Canelo need to answer to that? To say,
Yeah,
yo,
just
I
get
gotta
it.
fight him.
If he get a victory, man, he ain't got to beat him worse because I think it's gonna be a real tough fight. But I just want him to get the victory and
Uh-huh.
then set up the fight. But I think it's gonna be a close fight. I'm leaning toward Benavidez, but I don't sleep on Caleb Plant at all. He championship heart.
He's
Yeah,
more skilled than
facts.
Benavidez. It could be hard, man. He's very skilled, man. You know,
Man, I
Caleb
feel
Plant.
like Benavidez style is gonna be trouble for Caleb Plant.
Okay. Well, let's
Hmm.
go to Tip Bayless. Hey, Tip, Tip,
Trouble for anybody.
what the fuck you
Yeah.
doing, Tip?
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I was on Twitter.
so Tip, if David Benavidez beats Kalen Plant, do you think Canelo Alvarez needs to answer to the boxing world to beat him now?
If Benavidez beats Plant, does he?
Yeah. Does Canelo really need to show the fans now that I gotta beat this guy now?
Duh.
I mean, do you think Canelo needs to answer to that?
Yeah.
If we don't take that
If
fight,
he
then
don't,
give it a
he
rematch.
just gonna be another Errol Spence, and he's just not gonna fight the best guy in the division.
You gotta leave Errol Spence out of
Errol
this.
Spence wanted the smoke though.
Hey, listen, this is breaking
Does
news
Canelo
today, man.
Alvarez
This
want
the
the
hot
smoke
topic.
though? Does Canelo want the smoke? That's the question, bro.
I don't think Canelo wants any parts of David Benavidez, man. It's just the truth of the matter.
I tell y'all, man.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Canelo's declining physically. The man's been fighting since he was 16 years old. The body gets weary. And
I think Canelo beats Benavidez. If you ask me, I don't know why he's avoiding.
Yeah, but why is Canelo avoiding David Benavidez then, David?
And he ain't never fought nobody punch that hard.
Why is he shook off David Benavidez then, bro?
I don't know. I think Andrade gives him a better fight based on his boxing skills.
You can't tell me.
David's got reach on Canelo. David's got the faster hands than Canelo. He's got
he doesn't
better.
Fight a short fight though. He doesn't fight a short fight.
But guess what? The way Canelo fights is that's the type of opponents that David Benavidez loves. He's not going to go nowhere. He's going to be right there in the pocket with him. David's going to have the advantage when it comes to 50-50 exchanges. He's got quicker hands. He's got longer reach. And on top of that, he's got a better gas tank than Canelo. Canelo's going to be tired by round 8. Benavidez is still going to be throwing like 100 punches around. That's a bad matchup for him.
My thing is this: if Benavidez can take Canelo's power like the way Margarito did with Cotto, then Canelo could be in trouble. Because I could see Canelo piecing him up. Canelo has better skills. He throws sharp counter punches. He got better defense. So I think if Benavidez gets cracked and gets hurt.
Hey, David, see, this is where people get David Benavidez misconstrued, and that's why he's one of my top 5 favorite fighters. David Benavidez is not some simple, pump forward, big, goofy Mexican pressure fighter. He's got skills. Like, he's got good reflexes, better than people think he is. He actually has decent defense when he wants to. He's a good counter puncher. Watch his fights. So David Benavidez is more than just somebody who comes forward and throws 100 punches around.
You remind me of George Foreman.
David Benavidez.
But yeah, even that fight with Lemieux, he hurt him the first time with a counter punch.
All right, let's listen to David Benavidez for a second, guys. Let's just see what his energy is sometimes. One sec.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Connect the motherfucker. One sec.
He a heavy-handed George Foreman, smaller version, man.
That's the reason why David don't want that fight. Canelo ain't stupid.
Right away. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody wins right there. You know what I'm saying?
Now go on, carry on speaking, guys.
Oh, yeah, David. I just think Benavidez is a bad matchup for Canelo. Like,
who you think he should spar?
The best fighters at 168 are David Benavidez and David Morrell.
Who a good sparring partner to get Benavidez ready for Canelo?
Big fight. You know, I'm not saying nothing bad about Morrell. He's a great fighter, you know, but I feel like I'm the superior fighter. You know what I mean? And Charlo, you know, everybody knows what the fuck going on with Charlo. I mean, he says one thing and he does, you know what I mean? It's just a little frustrating because I feel like I get blamed a lot because they feel like I'm the one that's not making the fights happen. But I'm 100% trying to make every fight happen. You know, if it's not Canelo not giving me the opportunity, if it's not fucking Charlo giving me the opportunity, or Caleb Plant, you know what I mean? It's just frustrating because I feel, bro, I've been professional down 10 years. I turned professional at 15. You know, I'm 25. No, at 16. I'm about to turn 26. That's 10 years, bro. I want a fucking big fight. I want a tough fight. I want a fight where everything is evened out. It's 50-50, you know, because I've worked with world champions since I was a little kid. I've sparred world champions my whole life. You know what I mean? And I know what type of fighter gets brought out of me when the competition is either the same level as me or even the talent is higher than me. You know what I mean? The best out of me comes out. That's why I'm not scared of no man. I'll take any challenge. You know, I'll accept any challenge. And these fights, let's be honest, these fights are all 50-50. Nothing is guaranteed. But you know, I want the challenge, and I want to challenge myself, and I want to prove to the world that I am the best.
Because it was like just yesterday, you were 20 and you become the youngest champion. You don't want to blink, and then tomorrow you're 30, and none of these guys have still given you the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, I mean, with me, time is on my side, you know, because I'm 26. You know, Charlo, I think they're in their 30s. Caleb Plant's in his 30s. Canelo's in his 30s. I think the only one that's young, like the same age as me, is Morel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but like I said, bro, fucking 10 years in this shit, bro. I want a big fight. I want to fucking show the people. I want to be in a fight where it gets hard for me, and I have to push. I have to push the absolute max of my abilities, and that's when the best will come out of me. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, the fans deserve it, bro. The fans deserve it. I feel like the company, we're just making each other look fucking stupid because nobody's fighting each other, and everybody fucking wants to take a tune-up, this and that. Caleb Plant's talking all that shit, saying, "Oh yeah, well yeah, they're calling me out, but they already knew I had to fight sign with Anthony Durrell." That's fucking bullshit. When I fought May 21st, he did not have no fight lined up. I told him I wanted to fight him. We could have made that fight happen. So what is he saying that, oh, he only calls me out when I have a fight lined up? That's fucking bullshit, bro. But he can say whatever he wants. Charlo can go say whatever he wants. It's just that, man, I'm fucking tired. And I don't even be on Instagram no more because I'm tired of talking, bro. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of saying the same shit over and over again. You know what I mean? And then
I feel bad asking you the same shit over and over again. You know?
And I feel like I don't want to just keep talking and nothing happens, bro, because then we all look like fucking idiots. You know what I mean? But I feel like the walls are closing in for all these fighters. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be 100% ready. You know, I'm motivated even when I'm at home. I've been training. I only took a month off, and I've been training this whole time. So I'm motivated, bro. I'm ready for whatever comes my way.
Yeah, I just think fans were puzzled by Canelo saying that because you got Morales, Pereira, De La Hoya, Vargas. Usually a Mexican versus Mexican gives us the best fight possible.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just I feel like he probably said that because if Zurdo Ramirez beats Bivol, you know, they're saying, "Oh, I'm not fighting any more Mexicans." Or I don't know. It's just sometimes I don't know. People just say, "Oh, shit," you know. I don't know, but if the money's there, what at the end of the day, yeah, you're fighting for belts. But if you're just fighting for honor, then why the fuck, you know what I mean? Why not fight fucking? Why not get the biggest paycheck possible? Everybody's saying that we're looking for the paycheck. The one that's getting the real paycheck is Canelo.
Well, it was revealed that he would have got 55 for you in the guarantee, and tonight he's fighting for 45.
Yeah, and then plus pay-per-view.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pay-per-view percentage, right?
Yeah, so it's just crazy, bro. And then I don't want to see it. I don't want to be like the type of person to be like I'm bitching and complaining.
Right.
All he just wants to hand out. I don't want to fucking hand out. I want to earn my way to Canelo.
Right.
But how the fuck am I gonna do that if nobody's letting me? Nobody wants to fight. That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's just a hard situation right now. But I mean, I feel like I said the walls are closing in for all these fighters. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to fight eventually.
Well, I've heard things in the business that
that's a fucking big following, you know, and then that's
anyway, right? So what he's saying is now that was before he got the Plant fight. Now what he's saying is that basically Canelo's saying that, oh, not fighting me and saying he's a Mexican. That's what he will say. But it's a long interview. That he's a bitch, right? He will turn around and he says, Canelo's a bitch for saying he don't want to fight a Mexican like me. Then he turns around, we've heard that he's a Honduras. We're not heard that David Benavidez is a full Mexican. He's born in America and he claims to be Honduras and a Mexican. So, I mean, this is just David Benavidez saying that if I beat Caleb Plant as well, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, who's left? Who should Canelo Alvarez fight? Do you think Canelo will duck this young guy, David Benavidez, bro?
Yep.
Why do you think he'll duck a guy that he's fought everyone? Canelo's fought a lot of people. Why do you think he'll duck David Benavidez?
David Benavidez is a different animal, man. Stylistically, it's a bad matchup for Canelo, especially with him declining. And David Benavidez is one of them dudes that when you get in the ring with him, in order to beat him, you gotta literally kill him. Like, he's not gonna quit. So, and Canelo, the point he's at in his career, he's made millions and millions of dollars. He's got a beautiful family. I don't think he's trying to die in the ring at this point of his career. But these young fighters, they tend to be like that. They want to die in the ring, or they're willing to die in the ring.
Canelo go against better fighters, bigger fighters like Dimitri Bivol. He fought Golovkin against. These guys are just as much killers.
But Rap, we don't know how good David Benavidez is.
Well, these guys could only just be just as much killers as David Benavidez, bro.
Yeah, but with Bivol, that fight, that was a win-win situation for Canelo, even if he lost. Because with him losing, people would say, well, he was going for greatness and all that other bullshit. But losing to Benavidez, he's losing to a fellow Mexican, so he's going to lose that clout. And two, he's losing to a guy that people claim he's been ducking this whole time. So you basically confirming to people that that it was true. You were ducking him, and now you proved this right.
What do you think, Mastermind?
Mic drop.
I like the common opponent they had was Darrell, and Darrell fought Plant and Benavidez. So like you said, he was looking for greatness. So I think Benavidez hit too hard for Canelo. The puncher, I don't think he fought nobody that hit that hard. Anybody got punching power like Benavidez?
You think Golovkin hits hard?
Not harder than Benavidez.
No, Golovkin hits harder than Benavidez, but the difference is Benavidez comes in with like a million combos.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Benavidez power better than Triple G. I like Triple G technical. He better technically coming in with the jab.
Fair enough.
I mean, it all depends, right? Is Canelo not smart enough to try and avoid David Benavidez' punches and try and take him into deep waters? And then, with the maturity and the experience of Canelo Alvarez to outbox and counterpunch. And, he's been able to do that to the Danny Jacobs, the Canelo, done that to Golovkin. He's done that to Sergio Kovalev.
Those guys are slow.
He's done that to,
Darrell.
fighters. Yeah, Callum
He's
Smith.
never fought Darrell.
Yeah, now, do you not think he could, fuck up David Benavidez' arm? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Canelo good at all that shit.
He'll land one shot on David Benavidez, and then David Benavidez is gonna come back with like 3 shots. So if that's the type of fight that Canelo wants to be in, then he should be like a super hard puncher, which he is, but he's not. It's not gonna be enough to hurt Benavidez, in my opinion. Think about it. Canelo's probably gonna land one shot, but Benavidez has got the type of hand speed where he's gonna land like three afterwards. So he's basically gonna outwork Canelo if it goes 12 rounds. Because Canelo, we all know, he's got a bad gas tank. He gets tired.
So with him getting the Darrell fight, getting the Ryder fight, do you think Darrell could get the Canelo fight too? Since he fighting Ryder?
No. Why the fuck would Canelo fight Darrell?
The same reason he fighting Ryder.
No. The only person first of all, he shouldn't be fighting Ryder. But if he is gonna fight that dude, after Ryder, the only other person should be like a Benavidez or a Charlo.
Okay. So how did you think Darrell did with Plant and a Benavidez? He made it 9 with Benavidez, and I think 8 with Plant.
Both whooped his ass, so I don't know.
Bad. He had a severe cut against Benavidez, very bad cut against Benavidez.
Yeah, he was running in that fight.
Yeah.
And Caleb just knocked his ass out. So.
And you see both fights he could have died in, like you said. You got to be willing to die. Fighting them guys, man. They hit hard as hell, especially Benavidez. He hurt you. He hurt you real bad in there. And I think that's what Canelo don't want that rough tactics. He hit hard. Every punch, man, is like he kind of like Kelly Pavlik in his prime with all them hard punches.
Yeah, that's why I like Benavidez. He's coming to punish you.
Yep. Uppercuts. Man, he got a lot of power, man. But if Canelo could beat him, man, he gotta retire. But I don't think he'll fight him though. It don't look like he'll fight this guy. It really don't. Especially with him saying he won't fight no Mexicans. That's the good excuse right there not to fight.
Mm-hmm. No, if he beats Caleb Plant, people are gonna be on Canelo's ass.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So he can fight either. So you can go the easy way with Dimitri Andre or go the hard way with Benavidez.
I don't know, right? Maybe Dirk's got a point. He might not want to lose to a younger Mexican guy, right? But
yeah, his fans are going to jump on the bandwagon.
He erased his legacy.
Yeah, but I believe that anything else left for Canelo are all going to be tough fights after John Ryder. Because you look at the Bivol rematch, that ain't no easy fight. Canelo's already lost that fight. Ain't nobody think that Canelo can even win a rematch. Forget taking a rematch. So, yeah, I believe Canelo would fight anybody with thick smoke. I do believe it. But this Mexican thing, him not wanting to lose to a younger Mexican, I don't know. Is that something that would really bug Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, because he's got a lot of pride, and basically Benavidez his Canelo's fans will jump on Benavidez as a bandwagon if that happened.
Yeah, but Chavez Sr. fought every Mexican. Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody. Yeah.
Well,
So
the difference is Canelo's not as loved as
that
Chavez.
Canelo's. Do you really think it will really punish Canelo mentally? That if he lost to David Benavidez, he would have to retire. He'll be thinking, okay, this is the rematch.
Forget the Mexican thing. It would also hurt his ego because people have been saying that you're ducking this young kid, and to lose to him would basically confirm to what people have been saying for years, that you're fighting certain fighters and you're ducking the real lions.
Okay, well, let's ask Punch. Punch, do you think that what's happening anyway, Punch?
What's good, man? What's the topic of today? Errol
Right
Spence
now, I'll tell you where we are
Errol
right
Spence
now.
being a coward, not to fight Keith Thurman with 8-ounce gloves.
No, Errol Spence is a boss.
Is it Demetrius Andre going to outbox the shit out of Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez hurting Canelo Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez trying to get a payday with Ryder?
The topic is Errol Spence is going to beat the fuck out of Thurman. Second topic is Canelo might end up folding Andre. And the third topic is right now, is David Benavidez, if Canelo, would it hurt Canelo's ego, like Dirk says, that Canelo losing to David Benavidez is just a no-go for Canelo?
At this point, I think it will hurt his ego.
He will avoid it.
I think he will hurt his. It will hurt his ego. I think that Canelo Alvarez. I don't know, man. I think Canelo Alvarez probably knows the consequences of losing to a David Benavidez. It hurts his legacy more than losing to a Bivol, losing to a Beterbiev, losing to a David Benavidez, a Charlo, Andrade. I think hurts his legacy.
Yep. You lose to people that people claim that you're ducking or you have been ducking, that definitely hurts your legacy.
The biggest win in Canelo Alvarez's career is controversial Triple G win. That's his biggest win of his career.
And he cheated.
Not necessarily the Caleb Plant. Yes, he became undisputed Caleb Plant. He got some memorable. He got some, headlines type of victory because it gave him, Kovalev 3 division world champion. Caleb Plant became undisputed. But the highlight fight, the fight that the fans wanted to see, the 50-50 fight, sort of say, 2 pound for pound caliber fighters. His win was very controversial. There's a lot of people that's why they had a trilogy. You know what I'm saying? He had a draw, he had a win that people thought that he lost still. And then, the trilogy, everybody knew that's it. Triple G was an old man. I can't say was his biggest win. It's Cotto. So I think that now that people was talking about Canelo Alvarez is probably the best Mexican fighter, I think they slowed down with that with his performance versus Bivol. And if he loses to David Benavidez, I don't think nobody ever going to talk about if Canelo Alvarez is the best Mexican fighter ever. It's going to stay Julio Cesar Chavez.
Especially if he gets especially if David beats the shit out of him.
And if Demetrius Andre outboxes Canelo Alvarez, that's going to question everybody. Was he really even great, or was he just really good?
Yep, exactly.
Fighting certain people at certain times. Because even with the Triple G, I always say this. The only reason he ended up fighting Triple G was he looked human against Danny Jacobs. For the first time, Triple G was beating everybody up before Danny Jacobs. Then he looked semi-human. So, and don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But is he the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? Hell no. I don't even think he's greater than...
Wait. This sounds like a Canelo hating...
I said he's a great fighter. What do you want me to say?
Let me get this off. This ain't a Canelo hating channel. You guys sound like Canelo haters right now. We got
Well,
a
to be
real
Why
fair,
player,
gotta
you
be
know.
all
this is a
hate?
Devin
Can
Haney
I?
hate
Yeah, but
channel, so
can I at least say something in Canelo's favor, bro?
no.
Canelo has bring a lot to the sport. The man's bring excitement. You know,
PEDs.
look. Come on, bro. That Clenbuterol, that ain't shit compared to what Roy Jones did. That ain't shit compared to what
That
James Toney did.
that,
That
that
ain't
motherfucker
shit.
cheated too.
Yeah, but listen, that ain't shit compared to what Sugar Shane Mosley did. Right? Let's just keep it real.
Why is it
Canelo.
every time I bring up Canelo's
Yeah, but
wrongdoings,
why
we got
can't
to
you
bring
just
up
let me
black
look?
fighter?
I'll let you
Like,
speak for
what makes
so
you think it's a
long. I'll
racial
let you
thing?
speak for so long. Let me get it off, then you can speak, and I'm gonna have my breakfast. Right? I think Canelo is also at a spot that's done so many other things that we got to give him credit. That the man is gonna get hate because he's put himself close to the Mayweather position. If you want to be that guy, you got to fight some guys, right? You want to be the guy that everybody calls you face of boxing. There's a pressure, there's a responsibility. Hasn't Canelo been trying to, take that responsibility? When you say that he fought Bivol and he fought a trilogy, he's still fighting better people than Demetrius Andre and Charlo are fighting. He's fighting better people, right?
Because he's Canelo. He got the
I know, but
opportunity.
he's still picking top guys. He's
But
not.
wait a minute,
He's
wait a
not
minute,
exactly
guys.
picking. He's not exactly picking C minus fighters, bro. The guy's
That,
trying to fight. The guy's trying to fight. I think that.
that's like
I
that's
think
like
the
comparing.
disconnect. The disconnect with Canelo is that he hasn't fought some of the fighters that you wanted him to see fight right now.
But here's the
The
difference, rap
difference
star.
between Canelo and the other fighter is okay. Canelo
Superstar.
Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez is great, but because Canelo Alvarez um is allowed to be great, he's allowed to have the opportunity to be great. These
Exactly.
guys are not allowed to be great. So if David Benavidez is in 168 pounds and there's only one champion, it's only one guy I could chase. It's not a deep division. So if I don't get Canelo Alvarez, you never going to really give me the benefit of the doubt if I'm great or really, really good. You know what I'm saying? These guys got to get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's
And if Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to take the responsibility of being a belt holder, and look, you got your voluntary. You went up and for Bivol, or you did it for you. Okay, we're gonna give you that. Now you want the trilogy. I wasn't up for the trilogy. I didn't want that. So what you gonna do now? Like that's it. Okay, you got 2 fights. Now give a fight that the fans want to see.
And
Or
I
you just
agree
gonna
with
give us
that
on
too. And
Ryder?
I agree with that too. But you got to agree with me here too. When Canelo says these motherfuckers are keeping their O's, they're scared to lose their O. At least when they had an opportunity, the Charlos, the Andre, they had 1-2 negotiations. Okay, the fight never happened. He goes, they're all waiting for me for the big payday fight, but they're scared to fight each other. So he's got a point as well that some of these guys, they just want to keep their O to fight me. He goes, I get it that they all want the big payday, but they got to fight each other, and it's a shame. You know why it's such a shame? That
Yeah, but you
Jamal
didn't
Charlo,
ask. You
can
didn't
I get it
ask
out
Billy.
though? Can I just get it off? Jamal Charlo and Andre was such a great fight. Both of them waiting for the Canelo payday is fuck Canelo. They actually got a legacy fight between themselves, and it never happened, bro. So it's a fucking kind of a disappointment on them.
Bro, but you just can't say fight each other. You can't say fight each other, but then you take fights away from people too.
Yeah. For
Meaning with
example, go
meaning,
ahead.
yeah, we saw Suter Ramirez and Bivol fight, but Suter Ramirez was supposed to get that fight with Bivol before Canelo Alvarez. You cock block Suter Ramirez. If Demetrius Andre is calling out Billy Joe Saunders, and then he said, "All right, you're gonna lose 168, so I still want you at 168." You wasn't talking about Billy Joe Saunders. Demetrius Andre wanted to be Billy Joe Saunders, so why you
Bro,
cock blocking him?
you're echoing. Is it
I'm in the
echoing
bad
for me?
spot. I'm in the bad spot.
Is that me?
No, no.
There's a lot of echo.
But Tank Davis is another guy who could basically fight whoever he wants because he's a ticket seller, just like a Canelo. So guys like that have a little bit more freedom to pick and choose who they want. Guys like Andrade who don't sell tickets or not big pay-per-view type guys, they have to go through the political bullshit. So There's a difference. That's why Canelo can go up and fight Kovalev whenever he wants to.
Yeah, but those fights that he's even picking, they're not joke fights. They're serious fights.
Yeah, but he had an opportunity to go undisputed, and he decided to go up and fight a Kovalev who was past his best, and so it was he figured that people will give me credit anyways, even though this guy's past his best because I'm going up in weight. But he had an opportunity to go undisputed by beating what's the name, Andrade, right?
No, but he also went up, beat Kovalev, came back, and became undisputed at 168 and beat all the champions.
Do you think he would have done that if Benavidez would have stayed at 168?
He would have had no choice because he already said, I'm going to go and do that.
I doubt it, but to each his own. I think Canelo's smarter than what you give him credit for. He realized that at 168 it wasn't a very strong division, so let me take advantage of this time and sweep that division real quick.
Give me 3 fighters you think Canelo loses to now.
David Morrell, David Benavidez, and Charlo is 50-50.
What do you think, Mastermind?
Yeah, I think Benavidez beats him. Charlo, I think he might can beat Charlo. But that Dimitri Andre, that's 50-50.
If this was the Canelo, the older Canelo, like the one that had just beat Triple G the second time, yeah, I would pick him to beat Charlo. But the way he looked against Triple G that last fight, he's declining. So at this point, it's a 50-50 fight.
I mean, are you agreeing with all this match?
Yeah, I'm getting fed up with Canelo, man. I told you this last time. He needs to fight somebody, man, at 168. He needs to fight someone elite at 168. If he's not, then he needs to drop his belts. Let the other cats, get their rocks off. You got to fight either Benavidez. If you're gonna keep that WBC belt, you're gonna fight the winner, or you're gonna drop it, or you gotta fight Charlo, or you gotta fight even Boo who's up there now. You gotta fight somebody, but fight somebody. I hope Bivol doesn't give him the rematch, so he doesn't have a choice but to fight somebody at 168.
And people get on us when we say shit like that. It's like, well, what if these other guys fought? But like, bro, when you're the guy in your sport, you're held to a different standard. Tom Brady is not held to the same standard as some, the quarterback for the Jets, for example. When you don't win the Super Bowl when you're Tom Brady, you get shit on. When the guy for the Jets doesn't win a Super Bowl, nobody gives a fuck. So it comes with the crown, bro. When you're the guy, you get higher, loftier standards. So,
but this what my fault. This what I didn't get to finish when I was saying that Canelo Alvarez saying these guys should fight one another, but then you taking fights from these guys. Like, why are you fighting Triple G, the trilogy? Why don't you let Triple G and Demise Andre or Triple G and Charlo fight? But if you're already trying to say that you got a Triple G fight before even the Bivol fight, you taking the opportunities away from these other middleweights. Because what you think Triple G is going to do? He's going to wait for you. So stop taking fights. You want these fighters to fight. Either you fight them or stop taking fights away from them. Because if it's not you, the best middleweight, then it's Triple G. Triple G is the guy.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, and anyway, Canelo Alvarez should already know the guys that's been linked to him, man. Just fight the guys that's been linked to you, bro. Just fight Demise Andre. He's been calling your fucking ass out since 2014. Just fight him. Fight
that's
Charlo.
A winnable fight.
Fight
that's a winnable fight.
Quit the BS, bro. Quit the BS, Canelo Alvarez. Just fight these guys and get it over with.
Just fight one of them. Go. Is that asking for too much? Like, you don't even got to fight all of them in a row. Like, that might be asking for too much, but at least fight one of them. Jeez. God damn. But like, you don't even got to fight all of them in a row. Like, that might be asking.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of echo going on right now. On me, not you, Dirk, but it's on me. Every time I come in, there's pure echo.
Is that the Bluetooth or something, or what's going on?
I don't know what.
Who's fighting Saturday? Nobody?
I'm on mute.
Yo, Mike, check. Yeah, this is fucked up. Hey, tell me if it's an echo. There's something going on. I don't know what's that. The stream, but the stream sounds fucked. Let me check. Yo, Dirk, keep speaking until I try and fix it, bro.
So yeah, all we ask if you're gonna be pound for pound number one or the face of boxing is just for you to fight the best. That's all. That's not asking for too much. That's the same shit people expected out of Floyd, out of Roy Jones before him, and all the other pound for pound number ones. Like anybody's holding Canelo to like an unfair standard. So yeah. Somebody said Canelo hacked the stream.
Mic check 1, mic check 2. Can you hear me? Okay. Dirk lost his bottle. He doesn't know how to host a channel. Dirk got a little bit nervous. He was by himself. Tell me if you can hear me on this device. Mic check 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me, bro. You might not even be able to hear me right now. Somebody tell me if you can hear me, bro. I'm going to shut this down otherwise. Everybody got nervous and ran away. You know what I'm saying? But yo, at the end of the day, is it okay now? We hear you? All right, we good, yeah? Nice. We back in the motherfucking building. Are we back in the building, yeah? All right, let's have an interval for a second. Let's play some videos. Give me a sec.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Good morning, my neighbors!
Suck out!
Good morning, my pussy wall neighbors!
Suck yourself, pussy!
Fucking germs
Yeah, I heard about it. And if it's fuck her, then you know it's fuck him. That's DMX. You know what I mean? He can't get mad because it didn't go their way. Now, he wanted her to be like they Christina or whatever her name is. You know, how she suck up to them, how she them off. You feel me? And it wasn't like that. You know, she came straight and forward. And that's how it should be. You know, she wasn't, you know, on my side no more. She was on his side. She was in between, and how it should be. And I just got the best of them.
Yo, yo, yo. Rap stars back in the motherfucking building. And I'm not here for long. I just fucking dropped a drink. And let me tell you this one. I just got this mic working on another fucking device. I don't know what happened to the audio. Lots of people left the building, but we're here again. And we're going to talk about something to see if you are hardcore boxing fans. You guys are now going to talk about a boxing fight that is really happening in reality. Not no fantasy and all fights that are going to happen, not going to happen. Let's talk about a fight that really is going to happen in the next week or so. You guys have got to be real hardcore to watch what's left and what's coming up. So let me see if you know who's going to win this fight against Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Smith. Liam Smith has been a champion at 154. And Liam Smith is the guy that got knocked out by Canelo out of a body punch years and years ago. He is Callum Smith's brother, and he's been doing good. And he beat Jesse Vargas recently. And Liam Smith's got wins against Liam Williams and a few other guys. Against Anthony Fowler. These are domestic fighters. Are you guys in real boxing? Do you guys know about these fighters, or are you just casuals? Are you ready to watch this fight like we're going to watch this fight in England? Chris Eubank Jr., you know what happened to him. He was waiting for the Conor Benn fight, and you know what happened with that fight. Everybody was seeing the scandal. Eddie Hearn was going to let the fight happen while they found a trace of some drugs. Women testosterone fraternity drug in Conor Benn's system. Now they're fighting for innocence, and they're saying that Conor Benn was sucking Minge. Now they're saying that Conor Benn was having deep sex, orgasms with his woman, and he was sucking her out all night, that she was taking a drug, and it came out of her pussy, and he was sucking it. You get me? So we don't know what happened with that, but that's the innocent story coming out right now, exclusive on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. And on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, you're going to hear it right, straightforward, uncut, explicit, just like it is. The rumor has it that Conor Benn was sucking Minge. He was sucking pussy. And when he was giving her an orgasm, the amount of sucking he's done, he has took the woman fraternity testosterone drug that his woman was taking. He was sucking it. And it came out of her pussy. All right? That is really what it is. All right? That is going to be the 240 pages have been sent to the attorneys, to the lawyers, to the British Border Control, and to the doping agency. That Conor Benn was just sucking it hard. You know what I mean? And it's not his fault that the man loves sucking his woman. Now, look, a lot of men love, sucking their women's minge. Just is what it is. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's taking a fucking drug. He's sucking her out, and it comes into his system. They fucking do a trace What the fuck is he doing with a woman's fucking drug in his fucking body? So here you go. You got it live and exclusive. Conor Benn is innocent. All right? Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn are very excited and they believe in their innocence. That Conor Benn has to stand up in front of the fucking little civil thing that they got going on, right? And he overdosed on his woman's pussy. Now look, ladies and gentlemen, women love sucking men's fucking cocks, right? You know, women loves having an orgasm. She loves giving a blowjob. All women always talk to women about how they suck cock, right? But men don't tell you, and men don't tell you when they're sucking out their women's pussy. See, men don't celebrate sucking minge like women celebrate. Yeah, you know what? Women are like, oh, mate, you know, it's a blowjob for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Men don't fucking enjoy to speak about it like that, bruv. So just know this, right? Just know this, that Conor Benn is coming out with innocent, that he has overdosed and sucked his woman minge, you know, private parts, fanny, pom-pom, panani, you know what I mean? Everything goes. And it is what it is. So Conor Benn's innocent, bro. He just got to take that on the chin that he been sucking out too much pussy. We'll hear about that exclusively in the next couple of weeks. But look, let's keep this one moving. So now you got Chris Eubanks, right, versus Liam Smith. It's a good domestic fight. If you guys know your boxing, and you really do know your boxing, you would know this is a good fight for England. Both are good. You know, Liam Smith's done well in his career. He became a champion. He lost to Canelo Alvarez, took a body shot. You know, Chris Eubank, he's tried to be great, but he's always come short. But he's never looked bad. Against George Groves, he never looked bad. He nearly beat up George Groves. He just never got the decision. He nearly beat Billy Joe Saunders when he was a kid, but he never got the decision. Right? Both fights were close. What he lost. And he beat James DeGale. Let's not forget that. Right? James DeGale was an Olympian. If you guys don't know your boxing, you're getting educated right here. So look, at the end of the day, it's a big fight for England. Who you got? Let me see who knows their boxing right now. Who you got in this fight? Eubanks or Liam Smith? Eubanks or Liam Smith? Who you got, bro? You guys got to know your boxing here. Eubanks. Eubanks has got size. Eubanks. I got Eubanks, says Con. Hayes has got Eubanks. MAW got Eubanks. Tip Bayless got Eubanks. What the fuck? It's not even a debate for Tip Bayless. What? Come on, bro. Liam Smith is more technically skilled. Come on, let me make it nice here. Exciting. Liam Smith is more technically skilled, right? Liam Smith, he got a little bit better footwork. He's had more better wins because he became a champion, right? At 154. He's achieved a little bit more than Eubanks. But this fight is at 160. And Liam Smith has moved to 160 now, right? And Chris Eubanks, he got reach a little bit and size. But the main thing is that Liam Smith might be a better fighter, right? But Chris Eubanks has got more heart. Chris Eubanks has got more heart. He is more vicious. He has got not as much skill, but he has a dog in him, right? So it's 55-45 Chris Eubank. It's 55-45 Chris Eubank, bro. And the fight's coming in the next couple of weeks, in about 10 days. So don't miss this fight, all right? This fight is a 55-45. It's close. It's a close fight. Liam Smith can win. Peter Von Ox, my brother, says Liam Smith will lose against Eubanks. Con says Liam Smith looks like you, right? You're funny. You're funny, geezer. I can agree with that. That's what MAW says. But full props to Liam Smith if he beats Eubank. Yes, Liam Smith has skills, no doubt about it. So look, at the end of the day, you guys have favored Eubank. I'm edging towards Eubank. Fight's coming soon. Get ready. This is a fight that you have definitely got to watch because it's coming soon. Give me a second.
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer.
Tunde Tupac.
The Rap Flexer. Kill them all.
Your name
is
Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Tunde, with your dressing, I know the kind of song that you're about to present.
Yes.
So you want to tell us about it?
Just rap game. I kill the rap game because the haters want us down, but they're not going to get us.
You don't need to tell us about the haters now.
Rappers, right? You're a rapper.
A rapper.
Good. Let's hear you.
Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Check it. Check it. I rule everywhere. I rule. They want to take me down, but they cannot take me down. Yeah. I rule New York. I rule Lagos to Atlanta. We go to Chicago. Check me out. Check my game. My game is tight. All the haters, I shoot them in the brain. Boom, boom, boom. I've been around with my guys, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg. We're all in this game together because I kill them all. I kill Tupac and I kill Biggie. I kill them all because they can't contain my rap game.
Hey!
It's off the hook because I kill you all now.
No, calm down. You killed
who?
It's just a lyric. Don't fear.
Lyric.
Yeah.
Your lyric will put you in trouble. You have to be very careful. You don't just go about saying things that you don't know.
It's a rap game. That's how it is.
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
I've been in this game for more than 20 years.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
What?
Just forget my age. Just focus on how long I've been in the game.
Then you know Tupac. You know Snoop Dogg. You know
By the
50
grace
Cent.
of God, we met in the States.
Oh.
Which state?
Akwa Ibom.
This guy.
You're just a joker. You know what? Just go. We'll get back to you.
Yo. Can you guys hear me? I had to change this. Audio's fucking up, man. Now, let's shut this one down. I think the audio's fucked right now. But get ready to watch this fight, yeah, guys? You guys make sure you watch the Eubanks versus Liam Smith. Hey, I'm going to catch you guys on the next live. MAW, let us know once your operation is done or what you're doing, bro. I hope you're a speedy recovery. Yes, Con. Peter, my bro. Yes. Who's that? Edward Plex. Yes, Edward. Respect to you guys. I'm going to catch you on the next live. And you know, we can turn it up. We can turn it down. And before you know it, it's free smoke on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. We out of here, General. Peace out. Let me leave you with my girl, Tracy.
Right, what's going on here, Donny Zonderets? Barry's actually going to propose to Sandra. Sandra has been giving Barry mad head lately, and he's witch, yeah? He's doing this behind the back of the boys because they know, yeah, they would have cussed him out for proposing to Sandra. Tracy had one job to do, and that was to record it. But she's all over the bloody place. Barry's clocked that she didn't get the footage, so he's going to propose to Sandra again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tracy! What's going on?